2010 Kawasaki Vulcan. I will attempt to change the spark plugs. Okay, first thing I'm going to do is just take off the seats. It's going to be 2 bolts here. Just going to lift it up because the first spark plugs are back here. And here's the plugs in here for one. And then on the other side here will be the second one right over here. Let me leave that tape. Once I take it out, it's only 1 and 2. Alright, just start it up. Okay, in order to pop out the seat, you have to push it down. Turn the key here, and it releases the latch on the bottom, on the back. Once you do that, then you'll just pop it up. Slide it down. Here's the hole where the latch goes right here. And then this part here, so the hook goes into the little indentation right over here, slides right in. So next over here we have these 2 bolts. These are 12mm bolts. We're going to remove them now. Okay, 12mm bolts. Set this up. It's loose enough now. I took a look, I just wedged, I put this little piece of wood in here. As you can see, it's this one right here. I was able to just pry it out by wiggling it. And then just took it out. Okay, I'm gonna set it here to the side. And then I'm gonna show you guys what I'm gonna do. Try to get in there with a socket. I believe it's a 16mm socket, and I will confirm that in a minute. So indeed, it is a 16mm socket. I got this from AutoZone. Then we have this little pivot. Then I got smaller than extension. This is a 3/8. I got a little ratchet tool right here, so what I'm gonna do is put them together, and then I'm gonna try to fish it into there. So what I will do is probably just manually attempt to fish it in here. Let's see if it works. There we go. And then just, I think it's right there. I think it's right in there. Don't have a lot of room to work with as far as my fingers. I have to put it like a little bit this way. Let's see if I can do this in one hand.
Hours later.
Let me see if I can do it. Give me 1 second. Guys, so I was able to get it in. What I wind up doing is just pretty much popping it out a little bit. So give me a little bit of leverage to put it in, and then I kind of slid it back in there. just began to remove it like so. Alright. I'll do is just remove this from here.
2 hours later.
The rest I'll just manually twist it like so. Alright, I'm back. I stopped recording for a little bit because I got a little frustrated, so I ended up actually changing on that side. And let me show you what I did. So I did wind up lifting this up by taking these screws, and I was able to get in there and loosen them up, but I wasn't able to grab it for some reason. But when I put my finger in there, I noticed that the spark plug was kind of leaned. So whenever I would put this plug to plug and grab it with the plug itself, nothing was happening. So once I grabbed it and I kind of directed it more towards the side where it was leaned towards it, it grabbed it, and I was able to pull it out. I was able to replace it with the new one right over here. I'll show you real quick how this old one looked. But these are a little bit tougher. So, but I was able to come here. I didn't have to move or do anything here spectacular. I didn't have to move the tank at all. So what I wind up doing is I changed the scheme of this. So I had originally had this on this little pivot, but I wound up taking it out for here because it gave me enough leverage to just use these two. All I had to do is pretty much fish it in between here and kind of guide it back into the hole manually. I was able to grab it like so, and I pulled it out. Here it is. So I'm about to put in the new one in. If you guys are wondering, the new one, there's plenty of videos on it. This is 3901 thread. It's the NGK. So I'm about to pull it out and drop it in. Alright, that's it. I'm pretty much done here. I put it back in. I had to manually screw it in without the ratchet, and be very careful because it has to be threaded straight in. Something you have to really take your time, and then once it gets really super tight, what you're gonna do is just put the ratchet in, and then tighten it just enough where you're not really forcing it too much. Put the plug back in, and then we're all set. We'll put everything back together. We'll test this out. Alright guys, here we are, moment of truth.